This copyrighted telecast of the Western Athletic Conference may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the WAC Digital Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the UCCU Center where the Wolverines of Utah Valley are hosting the Aggies of New Mexico State. We had a couple technical difficulties, so we're going to get right into the starting lineups. Josh, do you want to... Oh, first of all, I'm Kyle Bruderer. Alongside color commentating is Josh Monson. Josh, go ahead and give us the starting lineups for the visiting Aggies.
For the Aggies, starting at guard, number 4, Sasha Weber. Joining her, Weber is also from Lacey, Washington. Joining her also at guard is Shanice Davis. She's a junior from Killeen, Texas. Abby Scott, she's number 23. She's also a junior. She's 6'1", and she's from Madras, Oregon. Number 24, Brianna Freeman, will be at the forward. She is a 6'1" sophomore, also from Killeen, Texas. And finishing out the starting lineup, number 35, Mariah Mack. She is a sophomore from San Antonio, Texas, and the coaching staff for the New Mexico State Aggies is at head coach Mark Track. He is in his 4th season. Associate head coach is Tamara Inoue. The assistant coach is Erica Hughes and Cecilia Russell-Nava. And their director of player development, Erica Sanchez.
All right, thank you, Josh. A little bit of excitement here at center court. We've got Willie the Wolverine on a motorcycle, looking like the Jazz Bear out there, getting the crowd into it. So, Josh, you and I were talking a little bit before this about New Mexico State and some of the statistics that they've been going over. Before we get to that, we do have to mention that today is a very special occasion. This is the pink game, where both teams are sporting, pink headbands, pink shoes, socks, whatever it is, in support of breast cancer awareness and research to that cause. I spoke with Coach Nixon before the game, and she said that this is a very special occasion for her because her high school coach died of breast cancer. And so she's very happy and proud to be able to support this cause and have it be a part of our school. So Josh, talk a little bit about the Aggies, the visiting Aggies, where they're ranking in the WAC and, some of the stuff they've been doing.
Kyle, this is a high-powered New Mexico State Aggies team. They are tied for first in the WAC right now at 4-0. They are on a tear right now. They have won 11 of their last 12 games and are currently owning a 7-game winning streak. So the Wolverines need to keep them in check and not allow them to dominate the stills.
All right, and your starting lineups for the home team, the Wolverines. First off, we have a 5'3" freshman guard at number 3, Mariah Seals, hailing from Richmond, California.
Good sportsmanship isn't defined by a scoreboard.
It isn't defined by how high you jump or how fast you can run.
Good sportsmanship is all about character.
It is about doing your best for your coaches and teammates.
It is about having respect for your opponents, the officials, and the fans.
Good sportsmanship is winning with class and losing with dignity.
It's fair play, perseverance, and team spirit.
Good sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Chicken of the Aggies, number 1, Jasmine Cooper. For the Wolverines, number 22,
Ball being walked across midcourt by Davis. Davis drives to the right wing looking for a handoff. Pulls back, a little skip pass over the top to Weber. Weber goes right at her defender and unable to score off the glass. Mawhinney is knocked down and there is a foul under the basket. Looked like it was on New Mexico State, so that foul was committed by Tamara William. That'll be her first personal. Only one team foul on the Aggies.
In 7.5 minutes.
So not a lot of fouling going on in this game. Good defense, though.
Makes it a lot funner to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Still bringing the pressure. Nearly a steal. Spooner Knight tries to kick it out, and nearly another steal, but she gathers it up. Seals had a look for three, but she pulls back to set something up. 12 on the shot clock. They skip it over to Gordon. Gordon with a jab step, pulls up, dumps it down to Mawhinney. Beautiful pass from Gordon, but Mawhinney can't finish. Norris, though, cleans it up and scores off the glass. 1 point lead for the Aggies.
I love how the Wolverines they've had their struggles, but they're being persistent. They're staying at it, even though they had some struggles.
William with the ball, kicks it back out to number 12, Williams. And an open look for three from the right corner is up and good by Sasha Weber.
You've got to guard Weber. She is their go-to player. She's also a preseason all-WAC team, first-team candidate.
Press coming. Utah Valley slow to get it across the midcourt line. They finally do. Mawhinney has a look for three. She pulls the trigger. Too strong, though, and rebounded by number 4, Sasha Weber. Aggies pushing the ball up the floor yet again. Could have been a travel, but a skip all the way around. Weber back out to number 1, Cooper, and Cooper goes at him with the right hand, scoops it home. 8-14 with 11:10 to play in the first half. A lot of traffic for the Wolverines.
Mariah ran right through that 2-2 press.
Seals has it on the left wing, out to Spooner Knight, straight on. Now Mawhinney right wing. Gordon dumps it down to Spooner Knight. Nice little post move there, but can't finish. Norris is there to clean up the rebound, and now Seals has a look for three. It's good. Left wing three from Mariah Seals. Cuts that lead to 3. The Wolverines not letting that lead get out of control. 11-14. Seals with 3 points. Norris with 4 and 4 rebounds early on, so on track for a possible double-double tonight. Norris just came off of a 14-rebound game on Thursday, tying a career high. That was the 3rd time that had happened to her. And, couldn't quite get it. She had 11 in the first half.
That is incredible.
All right, we have a timeout on the floor, so we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back.
Good sportsmanship isn't defined by a scoreboard.
It isn't defined by how high you jump or how fast you can run.
Good sportsmanship is all about character.
It is about doing your best for your coaches and teammates.
It is about having respect for your opponents, the officials, and the fans.
Good sportsmanship is winning with class and losing with dignity.
It's fair play, perseverance, and team spirit.
Good sportsmanship is what unites us.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
Thanks, Chris. Mountain Medical provides quality outpatient imaging services at an affordable cost. Our imaging services provide an average savings of 40%. We also offer a significant discount on cash paying patients and set up interest-free payment plans. Find us at mountainmedical.com for more information.
All right, we are back out of that timeout. 14-13, Utah Valley trails by 3 with 10:43 to play here in the first half. Aggies bring the ball up to the midcourt line. Davis handling the ball, drives right quickly, hand off to number 35, Mack. Now back up to Weber. Weber back to Mack on the left wing. A look at the corner from 3, no good from Williams. Rebounded by Rebecca Mawhinney. The Aggies have abandoned the press, still heavy pressure. Nice pass inside to Loggins. Loggins gets hammered, no foul call. Gordon ends up with it. No good on the 3-point attempt, and looked like Deja Blanks is going to get called for an over-the-back call.
Yeah, she went to crash the glass and just wasn't a really smart move to completely and totally over the back of the New Mexico State player. New Mexico State still yet to commit a turnover there. 5 assists and 0 turnovers. Taking care of that ball.
Only one team foul on both teams. Weber with the ball, hands it off to Mack. Mack hands off to Davis. Davis straight on, back out to Brianna. Davis has a look. She pulls the trigger from deep, in and out, and a good rebound there from Freeman, and she puts it right back and in. 16-11, Utah Valley down. Gordon has the ball with a little bit of room, but she pulls back, gives the ball to Seals. Seals straight on, 19 on the shot clock. Looking for Loggins in the post. They get it out to Blanks. Blanks with a little pump fake, and she attacks the rim, and she is fouled in the process.
I like how Deja's been pretty proactive this game. She's trying to get to the hoop. She's knocking down jump shots, and she's getting a lot of rebounds. So now getting to the line, you have to earn it. So let's see if Deja can complete her free throws.
Deja unable to connect on the first one, in and out, but she will get one more. Score still 16-11 with 9:25 to play in the first half. Second free throw on the way, off the back iron, no good this time. Rebound gathered up by Brianna Freeman. Davis brings the ball up the floor. Now Weber has it left wing. They skip it over to Mack. Now out to Davis again. Davis jab step, drives right at her defender. No good, but it looked like, can't believe there wasn't a foul call. Brianna Freeman comes up with the rebound. Mack takes not Mack, but Weber pulls the trigger from deep straight on and connects. 19-11. 8-point lead for the Aggies. Gordon gets hammered early. Little late on that foul call, but pretty obvious there. Zaire Williams gets called for the personal foul. Carly Norris checks back in for the Wolverines, as well as Spooner Knight and Georgia Agnew.
This is a pretty fun game. You have the number 3 scorer in the WAC versus the number 4 scorer in the WAC, both on opposite teams.
Full court press back in action. Seals gets it to Spooner Knight. Spooner Knight looking ahead, finds Deja Blanks. She has a wide open look but does not take it. The Wolverines choose to set up their offense. Agnew has it straight on, now to Deja Blanks straight on. Ball nearly stolen away. Spooner Knight has it on the right wing. They skip it over to Seals. 8 on the shot clock. Back out to Spooner Knight. Spooner Knight's gonna have to do something. Blanks pulls up for a deep 2 off the backboard, no good, and there's a battle for the rebound, but Williams comes up with it, and the Aggies push it up quickly. I can't believe how fast they come up. Three-pointer short, no good from Williams. The Wolverines come up with the rebound. Seals now. Now Spooner Knight straight on. They dump it down to Norris, and Norris is fouled. So that's the 4th team foul on the Aggies, so still a ways away from the bonus. Go ahead.
Sorry, the Wolverines are coming up on a 3-minute scoring drought. They've got to find a way to score, and it looks like they're trying to go inside, because that seems to have worked throughout the game thus far.
Mawini to inbound, looking for someone. Nearly 5 seconds, finally finds Carly Norris down on the baseline, and Agnew has it with a fresh shot clock. Agnew straight on, comes around a screen, right wing, looking for Norris, but they can't find her. Spooner Knight attacks and goes up, tries dumping it down to Norris, but an offensive foul committed in the process. Spooner Knight plowed over her defender, so Spooner Knight picks up the personal foul. 11-20, a 9-point lead now for the Aggies. 7:52 to play in the first half. Josh, let's take a look at some of these numbers. What does Utah Valley need to do to erase this deficit?
Well, it's an extremely hard situation you're in when you have 5 turnovers and the other team has 0. And 5 turnovers, I mean, that's not terrible, but when the other team has 0, I mean, you're kind of at loss no matter what you do. And so New Mexico State, you have to give them credit for how well they've taken care of the ball. And they've also played good defense. Both teams shooting below 35% or at 35%. New Mexico State's at 35% from the field, and UVU's from 33%. So just trying to find quality buckets. And they've done a great job of limiting UVU, and so that's one of the bigger things, just taking care of the ball.
The rebounding game neck and neck at 13 apiece. Second chance points a little bit in favor of the Aggies with 7. Utah Valley with 4 bench points though, so not too bad on that end for them. Points in the paint, New Mexico State has been doing a very, very good job of scoring in the paint when they're open. And they get down the court really quickly. It's really hard for the Wolverines to contest those shots when they're slow getting back.
Exactly, and going back to something I always harp on is there's 6 assists for this New Mexico State team, and they have 0 turnovers, whereas Wolverines have 3, and they have 5 turnovers. So they've created a little bit more offensive opportunity for their squad, whereas the Wolverines they've gotten uptight because this is a very good team, and they've got them at a pace that I think the Wolverines are uncomfortable at. But something that you've mentioned, Kyle, throughout some of our broadcasts has been that sometimes in the first half you're kind of filling each other out, seeing how you can make adjustments at halftime. And I think that's something the Wolverines need to just pursue a little bit longer so they can get a grip of what they need to do to come out with the victory tonight.
We're back underway. 7:50 to play now, and bringing up the ball is Davis. Davis gives the ball out to Scott. Back to Davis on the left wing. Davis comes around. Norris playing some solid defense, but Norris gets called for the block. It's kind of a tricky call to make. Norris was doing a good job of moving her feet, staying in front of her, but there was some contact, so puts you in a heck of a position if you're an official.
Yes, it does, especially when you're coming out on that help defense trying to hedge that screen being set.
New shot clock. They get the ball into Davis. Now back out to Weber. Weber straight on the three-point line. Now Davis takes an open 3 from the right wing, and nothing but net for Davis. Lead now up to 11. Seals tries to break the press, gives it up to Deja Blanks. Blanks has it on the right wing. Back out to Seals. Now over to Agnew. Agnew now left wing, gives it to Mawhinney straight on. Now Blanks has it on the right wing. Blanks kicks it out to Seals. Seals has no problem pulling the trigger because she is good at that. Makes a corner 3.
She's the Wolverines' best three-point shooter at 39%.
Beautiful pass inside to Freeman from Scott. Huge mismatch there. Mariah Seals had no chance defending the larger Freeman down there in the paint. So an easy bucket for the Aggies. Georgia Agnew looks for a screen, gives it to Mawhinney. Now Deja Blanks has it on the right wing. Seals has it in the corner. Defended well, can't get a shot off though. Now Blanks pulls up her dribble. Skip pass over to Agnew. 4 on the shot clock. Mawhinney's gonna have to pull the trigger from deep. She does, and it's good. Kind of interesting, the net is like all bunched up, and so the ball almost actually popped back out because the net was bunched up at the bottom, but it's good for Mawhinney to see the ball go in the first half. 17-24, 6:20 to play, and a traveling violation on Scott. Scott tried to do a little jab step and then move, but didn't get the ball on the court quick enough.
Looks like the Wolverines are trying to get themselves in a little bit of momentum, and they're doing a great job at doing that this last minute and a half.
Both teams have upped their scoring percentages. UVU now 41% and 40% for New Mexico. Georgia Agnew now straight on. Looks for a screen, and they dump it down to Norris. Norris has a look at the basket. She goes up with the left and scores. Little up and under move for Norris. Beautiful.
I love it. Also because she did it with the opposite hand. Great take by Norris.
Weber has the ball on the left wing. Guarded by Agnew. Now back out to Davis. Davis goes right in, tries giving it to Freeman, but a kick ball prevents it from getting to her. 19 on the shot clock, 5:52 to play in the first. New Mexico to inbound under the basket. Mack finds Davis on the right wing, now back out to Mack. Mack straight on, gives it to Weber on the right wing. They dump it down to Freeman. Freeman going to work, tries going up with the left hand off the right glass, and she scores.
Brianna Freeman has been their workhorse for today. She has 8 points and 7 rebounds.
The Wolverines managed to break the press. Blanks has an open look. Too strong from the baseline, rebounded by the Aggies. Now Mack has it on the left wing, a little crossover, kicks it right back out to Davis. Davis has nowhere to go. Now Mack straight on, goes up, unable to finish, but she gets her own rebound, up again, too strong that time as well. Blanks comes up with the rebound. 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Utah Valley down 7. Seals looks for Norris, finds her under the basket. Now back out to Blanks. They swing it around. Mawhinney has a look. She takes it. It's good. Left wing 3 for Mawhinney. She's feeling it early.
You have got to love the ball movement the Wolverines had on that last set. There's 3 or 4 players that touched the ball in that possession.
Lead cut to 4. Weber wide open for 3. Can't finish, though, and Seals comes up with the board.
That's scary, too. You don't want to let her shoot either.
She's good at that three-point shot. She's made a couple already today. Seals hands off to Blanks. Blanks comes around a curl, back to Mawhinney. Mawhinney doesn't take it, and the ball is stolen away. Another turnover for Utah Valley. The defense of New Mexico State is just so good. No foul called. Mawhinney gets plowed over, but they kick the ball out. A three-pointer on the way, no good by Davis. Mawhinney comes up with the board. Just over 4 minutes to play in the first half. Utah Valley still with a little momentum. Agnew looks for a mid-range, but she shuffled her feet. It looked like she slid a little bit, and the officials really quick to call that. Could have been a big bucket for the Wolverines because she kicked it out to Mawhinney, and she was wide open.
Pulled you within 1 point.
Spooner Knight checks back in, as well as Taylor Gordon. Deja Blanks and Rebecca Mawhinney will get a breather. 4:05 to play. Davis gets the inbound. The Wolverines not pressing at all right now. Weber has it straight on at the three-point line. Gives it to a cutting Williams. They swing it out to the left corner. William gives it back out to Davis, and they dump it down to number 5, Nash. Nash out to Weber. 9 on the shot clock now for the Aggies. Davis tries finding someone. She goes into Nash. Nash goes right at Loggins, and Loggins blocks it out of bounds. The Wolverines picking up that defensive intensity. Only 2 on the shot clock, so New Mexico State, can they pull something out of their sleeve?
Well, now it's a timeout situation, so luckily for New Mexico State, they can draw up a play to at least attempt to get a good shot off. But if you're the Wolverines, this is exactly what you want to be in. Just 2 seconds where you need to get a stop, and then the ball's back in your corner. Wolverines have really changed things up. They have now 7 turnovers, but they also have 7 assists, so they're starting to spread the ball around, and you see that throughout basketball. As you spread the ball around, you're going to find better looks and a lot more opportunities to score the basketball, and the Wolverines have seemed to be doing that.
New Mexico State has shown that they are human. They have committed 1 turnover, not many, but they can make mistakes as well. And Utah Valley with 12 bench points opposed to the 2 bench points of New Mexico State. So Utah Valley really getting some help from people off the bench.
Another stat I was going to mention, Kyle, was at the last break we talked about some of the stats, and one of them was New Mexico State had 4 3-pointers, and the Wolverines only had 1. The Wolverines have now had 4, and now they're within 4 points. So just they're trying to keep up with the New Mexico State Aggies, and they seem to be doing that this last few minutes.
You know, this Wolverine squad, they really, you know, they're good inside as well, but when they're making three-point shots, it makes them so hard to defend. And I think that's where their offense can really blossom, because with Mawhinney and Seals and Gordon and other players able to shoot three-pointers and make them, as a defense, you have to, you got to be honest as a defender, and you have to respect that. You can't just clog up the lane, and you can't stop Sam Loggins. So Loggins is going to get more looks. Same with Carly Norris. So it's going to be interesting. If they can continue to make a couple more three-pointers, then, you know, possibilities are endless.
And they're also a team that doesn't overshoot the three-pointer as well. 2
on the shot clock. New Mexico to inbound. They get it into Weber. Weber pulls the trigger. Quick is what I meant to say.
I know what you're saying.
And an air ball, so a shot clock violation, and Utah Valley gets the ball back with 3:33 to play. Spooner Knight to Seals. Seals driving around the left side, now to Georgia Agnew. Agnew now straight on, gets picked up early at the three-point line, out to Spooner Knight straight on. Gordon right wing. Gordon with a little crossover, nearly gets it stolen away, but she gathers it back up. Agnew now has it on the left wing. Agnew dumps it down to Spooner Knight. 5 on the shot clock, someone's gonna have to shoot it. Spooner Knight chooses to. Air ball though. And it is gathered back up by Williams. Williams pushes it down straight on, hand off to Weber. Weber fakes the 3 and drives into the paint. Little kick out to number 21, William. And Weber for 3 again. They cannot leave her alone.
She has 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. She's having herself a ball game. Hasn't been shooting the best, but when you're knocking down three-pointers, definitely gives you an advantage.
Georgia Agnew straight on now. Takes a screen from Spooner Knight, back to Spooner Knight. Now Gordon has it left wing. 10 on the shot clock. They look for Sam Loggins, and it is poked right away. New Mexico State do not have numbers, but they are off and running. Williams attacks the basket, and a late whistle there.
It's an extremely late whistle. As soon as the ball came back down, it bounced before the foul was called.
Yeah, that's something that I really don't like, because what that looked like is the official probably wouldn't have blown the whistle had the layup gone.
Exactly.
If it would have gone in, I don't think we would have heard a whistle, but because it was missed and there was enough contact, they blew the whistle there. So yes, it was a foul, but you know, it's a little frustrating if you're the Wolverines. First free throw up and good for Davis.
Shanice Davis isn't the most offensive player for this New Mexico team, but she is the commander for them. She's their leading assist and steal getter. So she is all over the place for the New Mexico State Aggies.
Davis will get one more, can extend this lead to 9. Free throw up and good, so she does. 2:22 to play in the first half. Winnie inbounds to Seals. She gets double teamed quick. Now Agnew has it. The Wolverines pushing it up the floor on the left side. Looking for blanks, but nearly another turnover. Loggins has it, and she is fouled and taken to the ground. So, big hack there under the basket. No bonus yet. The Utah Valley to inbound under the basket.
How crazy would that be if we didn't even get to the bonus in one half of basketball for either team?
I don't know if it's not common.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen one.
Blanks to inbound. Gets it into Mariah Seals on the right wing. Seals goes right at her defender with the left hand, too strong. Tried going off the glass, but kind of missed it altogether. Davis goes right at Blanks, and Blanks get it out. Blanks with the huge swat. Do not bring it into Blanks' house. 2:01 to play. Weber to inbound, gets the ball into Mack. Now Davis. They swing the ball out to William. That was Weber for 3 again.
She's shooting 50%. She's 4 for 8.
Full court press again. Agnew has it. Now Mawhinney, they get it across the midcourt line. 19 on the shot clock. Agnew calling for a screen. Agnew out to Deja Blanks. And the ball ends up in the hands of Loggins. Loggins gets blocked, but they call a foul. New Mexico State cannot believe the call. Loggins will get 2 free throws. You know what has been amazing me is New Mexico State, when they're pressing full court, you know, it's not necessarily to try and get a steal, but they're taking time off of the shot clock because they know that Utah Valley is a half-court offense type of team, and they take a good amount of time to set up their plays. So if they can take, 5-6 seconds off of that shot clock before they even cross the midcourt line, then it makes it really tough.
They've been super effective.
To be offensively efficient.
I had noticed that, but I didn't recognize exactly how you had put it, that they're taking up a ton of the shot clock for the Wolverines, and that's not in their favor.
Free throw good. 23-34, 11-point lead for the Aggies. Davis has it straight on. Davis now dribbling right a little bit. Little crossover to the right, has nowhere to go, pulls back, gives it into Nash. Nash skips it all the way over. They're trying to find an open 3, can't find it. And attacking with the right hand is Davis. Davis doing a lot of work for the Aggies early on today. Georgia Agnew gets it across the midcourt line, nearly stolen away from her. Under a minute to play. 23-26, Utah Valley down. 23-36, I mean. 12 on the shot clock, Agnew out to Seals. Back out to Agnew, straight on, 7 on the shot clock. Agnew calling for a screen, she gets it, and she knocks over her defender. May have been offensive, but they called it a blocking foul.
It seemed like awfully good defense by Williams.
So we are now at 1-1. Georgia Agnew will go to the free throw line. So we did end up going to the bonus with 35 seconds left on the clock.
That is crazy. Good defense, though. It's funner to watch the game when you're not stopped by a bunch of fouls.
Agnew's first free throw is nothing but net. 24-36. She can cut it to 11 right here. Agnew's second free throw on the way, in and out, no good. And a timeout called quickly by the Aggies. So 34.3 seconds remaining here in the first half, and the Wolverines find themselves down by 12.
Looking at the stats, yeah, there hasn't been a lot of, the Wolverines haven't shot very good from the free throw line. They haven't been there very much, but they're 2 for 6. Those are some big free throws you need to make, especially playing a team like this. You have to allow yourself to not have much room for error, especially against a team like this.
New Mexico State is, tied for first place in the WAC with Texas Pan American, who Utah Valley just played on Thursday night. Utah Valley lost one at home against them. Texas Pan American gave them ample opportunity to come back into this game, and Coach Nixon was not happy with her team's effort in their last game. We didn't even have a post-game interview with her. I was kind of afraid, so I'm kind of glad it didn't happen. But, Coach Nixon before this game said she's very excited about today. Her team is ready. And, I love how Coach Nixon gets her team ready, and they come out strong and play after they have a bad game. The Aggies have the ball, 10 on the shot clock, 13 on the game clock. Brianna Freeman has it at the free throw line. She goes at Norris, unable to score, rebounded by Georgia Agnew. 5 on the game clock, They find Deja Blanks, and Blanks tries to kick it out to Seals, but a bad pass goes out of bounds with 1.3 on the clock. It
was a good thought.
Yeah, it was a good idea. It could have been a wide open shot, but in that instance, it's you zigged when you should have zagged.
Yep.
So the Aggies just let that final second run off the clock. Final score at the half, 24-36. The Wolverines find themselves down 12 at the half. Utah Valley on a bit of a scoring drought. They had their scoring up to about 40% from the field, but it's been going down a little bit. For the Wolverines, scoring-wise, Mariah Seals was 6 points on 2 of 5 shooting. She made those 2 3-pointers in the first half. Agnew with 3 points, had a bucket, and also had 1 free throw. Mawini was 6 on her 2 3-pointers. She's 2 of 4 from the field, so feeling it early on. Let's hope that hand stays hot for the rest of the game. Norris with 6 points and 4 rebounds. Blanks with 2 points and 3 rebounds. And Sam Loggins has a free throw to contribute to that score for Utah Valley.
And for New Mexico State Aggies, Weber leads the Aggies with 12, all 3-pointers, 4 3-pointers tonight, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. Davis also in double figures with 10 points. Scott with 2, Freeman has 8 with 8 boards. Mack has 2 points with a couple of rebounds and 2 assists. And Cooper with 2.
Pretty even scoring across the board for both teams. I mean, Weber and Davis carrying a bit of the load, but Freeman right behind him with 8. So New Mexico State playing very efficient offensively, only 1 turnover. So we're going to take a break for the half, and we will be back for some second half action here at the UCCU Center on WolverineGreen.com. Stick around. All right, we are about a minute 40 away from the beginning of the second half of this matchup here at the UCCU Center. The Wolverines are hosting the Aggies of New Mexico State. New Mexico State has been playing extremely well, handling the ball with 10 assists in the first half and only 1 turnover. They currently lead 36-24. Josh, tell us a little bit about New Mexico State and Utah Valley, and what really needs to happen here in this second half.
First and foremost, you have to start off with taking care of the ball. The Wolverines have 7 assists, which that's above average for the Wolverines at a half. Puts them on pace for 14, which is 3 assists above their season average. But they're at 9 turnovers, which puts them 2 turnovers over their season average of 16.
Yeah.
So they have to limit their turnovers and just really continue to try and keep up with the tempo. New Mexico State seems to be pushing it, and they've just got to continue to hang in there and do the typical things that keep you into games, like taking care of the ball, continuing to crash the boards and get some rebounds. And also the bench. They've came in and gave 12 points, so hats off to the bench. And I think they'll really look to get something going this half. They've really done a great job, this Wolverines team this year, of making adjustments and coming out to making it more of a game, even when they've been blown out in games previous.
Yeah, it really is kind of a tale of two halves, where the Wolverines have a tendency, not always, but they've had a tendency, at least lately, to struggle in the first half. It's been a mix of things, but they have at times had a tendency to struggle and give up a big lead at the end of the half, and then play catch-up ball the rest of the game, and either come up short or manage to steal a win. But it's not an ideal way to play the game. They're talented enough to get back into games in the second half, but sometimes that cushion is just too big to overcome.
Exactly.
So we're underway. Seals has it, and she's double-teamed quickly. Out to Agnew. And now Deja Blanks gets it out to Seals. Spooner Knight looking for Loggins. They find her in the post. Loggins triple-teamed, and she's able to score with a little right-handed flip. Nothing but net for her. 10-point lead now for the Aggies. And the Aggies get it down quickly yet again. Scott out to Weber. Weber straight on, guarded by Spooner Knight. Back out to Scott. Now Weber has it. Freeman. Freeman pulls up from the elbow. It's on the way and good.
Freeman's had a great game. That gets her in the double digits. So 3 double-digit scores for New Mexico State.
Heavy pressure again. Seals has it on the left wing, and she pulls the trigger, but it looked like it was blocked partially. Spooner Knight's there to clean it up, though, and Spooner Knight gets a bucket, her first of the game. New Mexico State quickly out there. Mack gives it to Freeman. She pulls the trigger from the same spot. Not even close this time, though. And Seals comes up with the rebound and is fouled by Scott quickly. New Mexico State picks up the first foul of the second half. Utah Valley yet to commit one. Spooner Knight with the ball straight on, gives it to Agnew. They get it across midcourt on the right side. Now straight on Agnew. Seals has it on the left wing, takes a screen from Loggins. They skip it over to Blank. She pulls up for a deep 2 on the baseline, no good, and Mack tracks down the rebound. Scott out to Weber. She pulls the trigger from deep again, and it's good. Weber making noise from beyond the arc.
5 3-pointers for Weber. She is having herself a night from behind the arc. She hasn't made a 2-pointer yet.
Agnew able to get across on the left side. Double team coming, and she falls to the ground, but a foul committed. And that foul is going to be on Shanice Davis. That's team foul number 2 pretty quickly here in the second half, so that's a good sign for Utah Valley if they want to get in the bonus again. Spooner Knight gets subbed out quickly. Deja Blanks to inbound on the side. They get it into Agnew. Just over 18 minutes left in the game. Agnew has it right wing, gives it to Deja Blanks in the right corner. Blanks gives it to Loggins. She gets triple teamed immediately. And the fake from Mawhinney. She fakes the skip pass to the left and just pulls the trigger and nails the 3-pointer straight on. So that's 3 3-pointers from Mawhinney today. Scott dumps it down to Freeman on the block. Freeman goes at Loggins, has to kick it out to Davis, I keep forgetting her last name. Scott has it straight on. Scott with the crossover. Back out to Mack. Mack pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Good box up from Deja Blinks, and she gobbles up that board. Seals gets it across midcourt. She has it on the left wing. Calling for Blinks. Hand off to her. Now Blinks straight on. Out to Mawini. She pulls the trigger again. It's on the way. No good this time. Loggins gets the rebound. But she gets it stolen right away. Davis pushes it up to Scott. Scott pulls the trigger from deep, and she buries it from the left wing.
New Mexico State has launched 19 three-pointers up, and they've gotten 8 to fall. So they're shooting a lot of threes from behind the arc, and they're making their fair share.
When he gets the ball to Agnew. Agnew and Seals in the lineup again together. Mawini has it straight on. Now Blanks has it right wing. Out to Seals in the right corner. Back out to Blanks. Blanks dumps it into Loggins. Loggins has a look. She goes up and she is blocked. But Mawini tracks it down. She dives on the floor for it. And a jump ball is called. Surprised there wasn't a timeout quickly called there. There was a bit of time gone by before anything was called.
You at least had the opportunity to call it.
Carly Norris back into the game for Sam Loggins. Davis walks the ball up. She gets it across midcourt, and she's picked up early by Georgia Agnew. She drives to the left wing. Pulls back, looking inside, can't find anyone. Skips it all the way over to the right side. Mack has it. Back out to Davis. Good pressure by the Wolverines. Davis looking for Mack. Gives it to Mack. 7 on the shot clock. Mack nearly loses it. They get it to Nash. They kick it out for a three-pointer in the corner from Weber, but a shot clock violation. It looked like someone got a piece of it.
Good defense by the Wolverines. Deja Blanks played tremendous defense on Mack.
16 minutes to play, 31-44. Utah Valley still down big. Agnew has it on the left side. Double teamed. Pulls back, gets a little space straight on. Looking for Mawini, finds her. They get it over to Deja Blanks on the right wing. Seals comes around to the corner. 8 on the shot clock. Blanks dumps it down to Norris. Back out to Seals. She pulls the trigger, and in and out for Seals. No good. The Aggies pushing the ball up the right side is Davis. Back out to Weber. Scott taking a deep three, in and out that time. And Norris comes up with the rebound.
That three from Scott was about a foot behind the pro range. That was a deep three-pointer.
It was very, very deep. Agnew has it right wing out to Mawini. They look for Norris down low, and Norris loses the handle out of bounds off of Utah Valley. So we are going to get a timeout on the floor right now. Utah Valley in a bit of a scoring slump. They haven't scored in the last 2.5 minutes. Not much going on for them offensively right now.
Seems that they've been staying around the same as first half in field goal percentage. Both teams, New Mexico State's 38% and the Wolverines are 39%. Both teams have shot a lot more three-pointers. It's been a half of three-pointers these first 5 minutes.
Both teams, well, neither team actually, really in a lot of foul trouble. There were 2 quick fouls by the Aggies, but they've managed to avoid committing fouls the last couple of minutes. And yeah, Utah Valley struggling from the field right now. Really the difference that I'm seeing here is really the turnovers and the points off turnovers. So Utah Valley has committed 10 turnovers, and that's turned into 10 points for New Mexico State.
You have to take care of the ball, and New Mexico State is a testimony of what everything I say almost every game is. When you spread the ball, they have 12 assists to 1 turnover. So that's a 12-to-1 turnover ratio, which is an incredible statistic to have on your team. And from those assists, I mean, a lot of those have been three-pointers. Just moving the ball around, you pass up a good shot to get a great shot, and that's been New Mexico's theme throughout this entire game. And they've been knocking down shots, and they're also crashing the glass hard, even though the Wolverines are up 1 in the rebounding battle. So they're just doing everything right with taking care of that ball.
Spooner Knight, the leading scorer for the Wolverines this season, has played 14 minutes so far, so hasn't played a ton, and hasn't been very aggressive. She's 1 of 4 from the field. We haven't seen her be as aggressive as she normally is offensively. Georgia Agnew with the steal, though. She goes up and she gets blocked. And then New Mexico State with numbers. Mack goes up with the right hand and gets it to trickle home. So pretty crazy turn of events right there. I thought Agnew was going to be able to score off of that steal, but came back to haunt her. Agnew triple team, gets it to Mawhinney. Mawhinney back to Agnew on the left wing. 14:40 to play, 15 on the shot clock. Agnew sees an opening to the basket. She takes it, right-handed floater, nothing but net. Davis gives the ball up to Williams. Williams on the right wing. Williams comes around a screen. Davis has it straight on. Back up to Williams. Now Weber in the right corner. Weber with a jab step goes right at Deja Blanks. They skip it to the other corner. Davis pulls up from mid-range and gets it to fall.
They are shooting very well. They have 3 players that are just doing it all for them on the offensive end.
Seals attacking Weber, kicks it out to Norris. Norris looking for someone. Deja has it. Now Georgia straight on. Georgia takes the screen from Norris. Back out to Mawhinney. They dump it down to Norris. Kick it out to Seals in the left corner. 3's on the way and good for Seals. That's her 3rd of the game.
See, that is perfect ball movement. When you get 3 or 4 hands touching it, the defense has to be moving and then you get a better looking shot.
Yeah, when Utah Valley plays inside out, they really excel. And, Norris is a great passer inside. And New Mexico State has had a tendency to triple team the post. And so if Utah Valley can get into a habit of kicking out when they get triple teamed without turning the ball over, then that's going to make them dangerous, especially when they're knocking down those 3s. Wolverines with the ball. Blanks has a look at the baseline. Nice little pump fake and a right floater from about 3 feet out. Scores 38-48, lead down to 10 for Utah Valley.
Now what changes the momentum for the Wolverines has to be on the defensive end.
Mack has it right wing. Hand off to Weber. Weber gives it over to number 11, Davis. Now to Williams. They skip it out to Weber and find a wide open Nash, but Nash can't connect. She gets her own rebound though. Can't connect on the second try, out of bounds. Utah Valley will get the ball.
There's 1 stop you can get as a Wolverines, so just building up, getting stops. I mean, you can't stop them every time down the floor, but if you get here a stop and there a stop, you can start cutting down that lead as the Wolverines have. So we'll see if they can get within single digit of the Aggies.
Utah Valley, 3 of their last 3 shot attempts. So shooting the ball well right now, but the Aggies just seem to have an answer every single time. Mawhinney is able to beat the press. Agnew gets across midcourt. Out to Taylor Gordon, who checked in. Gordon has it straight on. They dump it down to Loggins. Loggins goes up with the right off the front iron, but she gets her own board. Nope, it's lost. And the Aggies have it. Williams comes up with it, and now Davis pushes up the floor. Davis out to Williams. Now Mack has it on the right baseline. She goes right at Loggins. Loggins with the block. Seals gets the rebound. She's off and running. Seals is going to have a one-on-one opportunity. Goes up with the left and scores. Seals coast to coast.
She is so darn fast when she gets that basketball.
8-point lead now for the Aggies. Just under 12 to play. Davis has it straight on. Davis steps back, looks for a shot, can't find it. Freeman goes right at Loggins and kicks it out to Williams. 3-pointer on the way in and out, and Gordon comes up with the board.
There's
Utah
another
Valley,
stop.
Couple of big stops here. Agnew able to get it across midcourt. Has it on the right side, drives left. She's going to the hoop, and she is fouled. Looked like Brianna Freeman had all ball, but I think someone else came up with the foul. So we're going to have a media timeout on the floor. Utah Valley with all the momentum right now. 4 of their last 5. They're on a 7-0 run. It's getting wild here.
Hold on tight.
So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back on WolverineGreen.com. Stick around.
We pursue excellence in the classroom and strive to achieve our potential. We compete on the field with integrity,
on the court with respect,
and in the pool with distinction.
We are strong leaders in our community and gain values from our biggest fans.
We continue the legacy of commitment to our universities, to our coaches, to our teammates, and most importantly to you.
We learn, we compete, We inspire.
We are the Western Athletic Conference.
They say the devil is in the details. And in here, there are a lot of details. Flavor, color, texture, temperature, presentation. It all has to be flawless. Pressure? Maybe. But with engaged learning, I get a lot of practice. And I'll bet your homework never tasted this good.
Utah Valley on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes and 17 seconds. And going to the free throw line is Georgia Agnew. She will get a pair of free throws. This second half has been a lot different than the first. The Wolverines 7 of 13 from the field. Agnew's first free throw is no good though. 8-point lead still for the Aggies.
Agnew's one of the Wolverines' best free throw shooters too for the season. She's around 85%.
Second free throw on the way, in and out. No good on either of them. Still an 8-point lead. Weber comes down with the rebound, and Davis pushes it up. Now Weber has it straight on. They kick it out to Mack. Now Williams has it. Hand off to Davis. Davis wanted the three, pulls back. Davis loses the ball, and Norris steals it. Georgia Agnew wanting to hold back, gives it to Norris. Norris has a look at the hoop, can't finish, gets her own board, puts it right back in, padding those stats.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Kyle.
Norris now with 8 points and 8 rebounds.
Just really wants that double-double.
Williams has a lane to the basket, kicks it back out to, looks like Weber has a look from three and buries it again. Somehow she ends up open.
And here's the crazier stat, Kyle. She shot 11 three-pointers, and she's only shot 1 two-pointer. She's made 5 threes. Oh, no, 6 threes.
She's been making it rain. They get it down to Norris. Agnew skips it to Seals in the left corner. Back out to Gordon. Mawhinney has it in the right corner now. 10 on the shot clock. Georgia Agnew has it. Calls for a screen from Norris. Norris has it at the free throw line. Nearly loses it. She has to go up, but it's blocked away. The Aggies are pushing it up the floor. Williams has it on the right side. They skip it over to Weber. Williams attacks on the baseline. They skip it all the way around. Freeman has it straight on now. Freeman goes at the basket. A kick out to Mack for three. It's on the way and good.
Freeman made that play happen, getting inside and being able to dish it out.
The Aggies have extended that lead back to 12 after the Wolverines went on a run. Seals is going to go all the way with the left hand. No one guards her, and she scores with ease.
She is a warrior.
9:37 here in the game. Utah Valley down 10. Davis with the ball. Agnew pressuring. Screen set by Freeman. Davis kicks it all the way out to Williams. She has an open look from three, and she buries it too. Threes from all over the place. The Aggies just not missing from deep.
3 consecutive threes in 3 possessions, and that gives them their 12th three of the game.
Mawhinney has the ball, still deep in the backcourt, looking for Agnew. She is trapped, and a timeout called wisely by Coach Nixon. 9:08 to play. Utah Valley shooting 45% from the field, which, isn't bad at all. New Mexico State at 40%, but New Mexico State, 3 of their last 3, so they've put on a little run of their own.
Yeah, they've shot 55 shots for the game, but 26 of those have been three-pointers. It's been incredible to see how many threes they've launched up, and they, making 11, that's 33 points. So they're making it happen from deep. Wolverines have got to continue to guard the perimeter, but Freeman has done such a great job at creating in the paint. She's kind of a double-edged sword where if she doesn't score, she dishes it out and they get a 3-point shot.
Something that is killing Utah Valley right now. And if you've listened to our broadcast before, you've probably heard this in the past, that when Utah Valley doesn't have 3 people in double figures scoring, then it's very rare that they win a game. I think they've won 2 games this year where they haven't had at least 3 people in double figures. And right now, there's 3 for New Mexico State, only 1 for Utah Valley. Seals has 13 points. A couple people on the edge. Mawhinney has 9, and Norris has 8. So there's a lot of time left. But New Mexico State, I mean, they've taken 55 shots. Utah Valley only 40. So they've taken 15 more shots than Utah Valley. That's staggering. I don't know if I've seen something like that before. So
you could draw a conclusion as well, Kyle, that they've gotten 11 more shots just because of turnovers.
Yeah.
So they're just creating their own opportunities, and that's what makes them so good with leading the WAC in causing turnovers, and that's a testament today of how well they've done that.
The Wolverines have done a better job here in the second half of controlling the ball. So they're only at 11 turnovers right now, still 9:08 to play, but they finished the first half with, I think it was 9 turnovers actually. But we're back in action. Seals has the ball on the left wing, goes over to the right side. Gordon dumps it down to Norris. Norris triple teamed. Seals skips it out to Mawhinney. Kind of a bad pass, so Mawhinney couldn't get a shot off. 4 on the shot clock. Georgia Agnew is attacking. She's going to have to get a shot up. She does. No good, though. But Agnew comes up with the rebound. Fresh shot clock for Utah Valley. Agnew out to Seals on the left wing. Norris comes up to screen. Back out to Agnew on the right wing. Agnew has it straight on. Seals now left wing. They're looking for Norris, but can't find her in the paint. Seals has nowhere to go, and she dribbles it out of bounds.
I really like the ball movement the Wolverines had on that possession.
I think a couple players were just a little too hesitant to shoot, though.
Exactly.
Davis with the ball. Just over 8 minutes left in the game. Brianna Freeman has it straight on now, guarded by Norris, way out by the three-point line. Weber had a look for 3, didn't take it. Scott pump fake, kicks it back out to Davis. Davis comes around to curl. Little stop, nearly shuffled her feet. Back out to Weber, straight on. 7 on the shot clock. Mack has it on the right wing. Little crossover, a little step back, but an offensive foul. That was obvious, super obvious. She pushed off, did a little Michael Jordan. Can't get away with that if you're not MJ.
No way. Great defense to stay with her. She had to shove her off.
It was a nice step back, but it's funny because a lot of times that push isn't really necessary. If with that step back, you create enough space that you don't need to, but
felt like she needed, I guess.
Yep. 7:56 to play. Utah Valley down 44-57. Utah Valley really having a hard time guarding that perimeter shot.
It's a tough set for the Wolverines because they've got so many different weapons for that New Mexico State team that to kind of cue in on one, it's been really tough for them.
Yeah, they haven't, with Utah Valley, they've got 1, 2, maybe 3 people that even take three-point shots.
Exactly.
And, you've got Seals, you've got Mawhinney, and then, Taylor Gordon will shoot it if she's open. But other than that, it's not really there. And so New Mexico State can afford to play back and, not jump out on, Georgia, for example, who I don't know if I've ever even seen Georgia take a three-pointer, to be honest with you.
Me neither.
I know she's worked a lot on her shot in the offseason, so I'm just, I have to believe she's a much better outside shooter than she was last year. But
exactly.
She's still, she's such a good point guard, and she has such a point guard mindset that, passing the ball and either, driving to the lane is really what she does. So she's really not a threat on the outside, and that kind of hurts the Wolverines in a way.
Exactly. Something I've loved that the Wolverines have done today is their bench. Their bench production has been fantastic. They have 17 bench points. New Mexico State only has 5, so Wolverines dominating when it comes to the bench play. But that outside shot and the turnovers have been the key factors in today's game.
Mawhinney inbounds to Agnew. Triple team coming. Full court press is stifling right now. Seals gets the ball down to Norris, and Norris scores with ease. So they made New Mexico State pay on that possession. Utah Valley picking them up early. Not quite a full court press, though. Weber has the ball. Weber kicks it out to Mack. Mack goes to the free throw line, kicks it out to Scott. Scott pulls up her dribble, hand off to Davis. Davis now in the left corner, pulls back out to the three-point line. Crossover, has nowhere to go with it, and a foul committed
Kind of seemed like she just tripped or slipped.
It was harder to see from our angle here, but it almost looked like she just fell backwards throwing the ball because she didn't have anywhere to go. I thought it was good defense by Gordon. Or by Norris, I mean. They get the ball in with a new shot clock. Weber has it straight on. Now Scott on the left wing. They dump it down to Davis. Davis nowhere to go. Mack has it straight on the three-point line now. Skipped across to Weber. Freeman has it, working on the low block. Back out to Weber. She pulls the trigger again. No good this time. Seals comes up with the rebound.
Every time she shoots the ball, I hold my breath.
Yeah, me too. Agnew has it straight on. Just under 7 to play. Agnew out to Seals on the right wing. Norris has it at the three-point line, straight on. Now Agnew left wing. Screen coming for Agnew. Agnew out to Norris. Norris attacks with the right hand, but she's blocked from behind. And Weber comes up with it. New Mexico pushes, and a foul committed by Norris. Not Jackson. Davis goes right at Norris, and Norris commits the foul.
Still low fouls, both teams. 6 total fouls by both teams. Wolverines have 2, and New Mexico State has 4.
I feel like this game is going by much faster than most because we haven't seen many people at the free throw line, so.
I like that.
Only 11 free throws total in the entire game taken. Sam Loggins checks back in for Norris, and Taylor Gordon checks out. Deja Blanks comes back in. Blanks was playing pretty solid earlier on. 4 points, 4 boards. Mawhinney to inbound, gets it into Agnew, back to Mawhinney. Now Seals pushing it up the middle. Seals back out to Agnew, left wing. Wolverines really trying to spread the floor right now. That left side wide open. Little confusion there, though. Agnew's trying to call a play, and I think the Wolverines were assuming it was something else. Agnew looking for the pass. 6 on the shot clock. They get it down to Loggins. Loggins goes up and...
Whoa.
Very interesting call. The officials, okay, so it looks like they're going to overturn that call. Looked like it may have been a foul, nothing called, but Loggins definitely didn't hit that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a very bizarre call.
3 on the shot clock. The Wolverines are going to have to catch and shoot. They get the ball into Seals. Seals attacks with the left-handed scoop, not even close though, and doesn't get rim. Loggins was there to rebound it, but no rim, and it's a violation.
I think Mariah was hoping to draw a foul, but good defense by the Aggies.
6 minutes to play. The Wolverines down 12, 46-58. Davis with the ball. Now Scott left wing. Scott dribbles over to the center. Weber has it. Weber comes around a curl, and she goes up. Looks like there was a foul committed as she was driving. Foul was committed by Deja Blanks. That's going to be Blanks' 3rd foul. That's her 2nd foul.
First time at the line for today. That's only her 2nd 2-point field goal she attempted.
Weber's first free throw is up and good. That puts her at 19 points today. Shooting 6 of 13 from 3. Second free throw on the way and good. 20 points now for Weber.
She's played awesome.
5:45 to play. Still full court press from the Aggies. Agnew now has it on the left wing. Dribbles over to center. Deja Blanks has it on the right wing, calling for a screen, but no one's doing anything. Loggins comes up. Agnew out to Seals in the left corner. Back out to Agnew. They dump it down to Loggins. She has a one-on-one, and she is fouled in the process. Loggins misses the shot, but 2 free throws coming for the 6'5" center, the junior out of Boise, Idaho. .522 to play here. First free throw is short off the orange iron. Utah Valley down 14. They're going to have to go on an unbelievable scoring run and get some defensive stops if they want a chance. Second free throw is good. 13-point lead now for the Aggies.
Free throws have also been a woe for the Wolverines today. They're 3 for 10.
And the Wolverines come up with a steal, a bad pass. Seals has a look for three. She's wide open. She pulls the trigger. It's on the way. Off the back iron, no good. But Seals comes up with the rebound, so Utah Valley will have another chance. Seals now has it right wing. Dribbles to center, out to Agnew on the left wing. Blanks back out to Agnew. 18 on the shot clock. Agnew calls for a screen. Two people come up to set it. Agnew attacking with the right hand. Scoop, no good. And a foul committed in the process, so it looks like Agnew will be going to the free throw line.
Looks like it was a little late of a whistle, but looks like New Mexico State got one at the first of the game, so got to even it up at least.
We haven't seen a three-point attempt by Mawini in a while. Agnew's first free throw is up and good. Utah Valley, one of their last 6 and 2 of their last 8 from the field. Scott checks out of the game for the Aggies, and in for the Aggies is number 12, Zaire Williams. Second free throw, no good. Brianna Freeman comes down with the rebound. Mack pushes it up the right side. Now Davis straight on. Out to Williams, left wing. Now Mack has it straight on, 20 on the shot clock. Back out to Williams. Williams at the right elbow, has nowhere to go, looking for a pass. Good defense by Agnew. They find Freeman, though, and Freeman has a lane to the hoop. Easy right-handed lay-in for Freeman. 4:30 to play. Utah Valley down 48-62. They managed to break the press. Seals has it. Seals is going to attack with the left hand. She goes up. Not enough, though. Ball knocked out of bounds by Utah Valley. Mawini checks out, and Spooner Knight back into the game. We haven't seen her in a while. Taylor Gordon also checks in for Utah Valley. New Mexico State to inbound. They get it. Easily breaking the Wolverines' press, pushing it up the left side, but they pull back out. Davis has it straight on now. Just over 4 to play. Williams now has it. Out to Weber. Weber attacking on the right side. Davis pulls up from the right elbow. Rattles out, no good, but Freeman is there to gather up the offensive board. Mack has it straight on. Under 4 to play. Williams comes around, back out to Davis. 16 on the shot clock. Davis pulls back out.
Looks like they want to eat up as much of the clock as they can.
Davis comes around a screen. Does not attack. Weber has a wide open look for 3 again. Off the front iron this time. Her arms might be tired from making so many. Another offensive rebound for New Mexico State. Mack back out to Davis. Davis dribbles back out over to Weber. Weber attacking on the baseline. A nice little pass into Freeman. Off the back iron. Freeman tracks down her own rebound, and it's knocked away. Weber takes a baseline J, in and out this time. Freeman with another rebound. Lots of time flying off this clock. New Mexico State in complete control.
Freeman with 12 points and 12 rebounds. She has played an awesome game.
She picked up 2 or 3 on that last possession.
Oh, she picked up 2. She's got 12 and 13.
Weber straight out. Now Davis has it straight on. 8 on the shot clock. Norris comes out to help, and Norris causes the turnover, so a steal for Carly. Agnew pushes up the center. Agnew takes a screen from Norris out to Gordon. Gordon out to Spooner Knight. She takes a deep baseline J on the left, and she rattles it home.
That's her jump shot right there.
New Mexico State bringing the ball up the floor, crossing midcourt. Williams out to Davis. 2:20 to play. Davis, nice little pass out to Freeman. A wide open 3, passed up, and a mid-range taken by Williams. In and out, Spooner Knight rebounds. Georgia Agnew has it on the left wing, 3-point line. Now Spooner Knight. They dump it down to Norris. Norris attacking, and the ball's taken right away from her, and a jump ball is called.
Freeman is something else. She's all over the place.
2 minutes exactly on the clock, and the Wolverines find themselves down by 12.
Please welcome to the court the UU cheer squad.
In this second half, the Wolverines haven't shot the ball poorly, shooting at 44% as a team, and New Mexico State at 37.5%. But looking at these numbers, you have to give some credit to the Wolverines. Only 13 turnovers right now, so they've done a much better job protecting the ball. 6 turnovers now for New Mexico State, but just too much outside scoring from New Mexico State.
When teams are shooting that well from outside, it is tough to put up a game plan, because if you go out to guard the shooters or you call off your help defense, then inside opens up, and Freeman has owned inside. And so it's kind of been a lose-lose for the Wolverines on the defensive end. And the offensive end, they've just allowed the turnovers to amount to a big enough number that's kept them out of the game.
For Utah Valley, Mariah Seals leading the way with 13 points, has 6 rebounds as well, and 2 assists. Georgia Agnew with 6, 2 rebounds, and 4 assists. Carly Norris with 10 points and 8 rebounds, so she's had an efficient game. Spooner Knight hasn't played a lot, but she has 4 points on 2 of 5 shooting, along with 4 rebounds. Taylor Gordon yet to score. Mawinnie with her 3 3-pointers has 9 points and 4 rebounds. Deja Blanks with 4 and 4. And Sam Loggins also contributing with 4 and 4. So the Wolverines really, we've said it time and time again, but they're really struggling offensively. Unable to put the ball in the hole and taking way too much time to get a shot off.
I think that's one of the biggest points, Kyle, you point out.
Georgia Agnew has the ball. They do a little screen and roll. Winnie has the ball on the 3-point line. She dumps it down to Spooner Knight, and Spooner Knight is fouled. The shot will be waved off, and Spooner Knight will go to the free throw line for 1 and 1. Again, 1:46 to play. 12-point lead right now for the Aggies. Free throw up and good for Rhea Spooner Knight. She will get one more. Spooner Knight's second free throw on the way, and good. 10-point lead now. Carly Norris checks in for Rebecca Mawinnie. The Aggies to inbound under the basket. They end up calling a timeout. They can't find someone to inbound the ball to. So if you're Utah Valley, do you want to try and get a quick 3-pointer off, or do you want to attack the basket and try and get to the free throw line?
I don't know. I think the time's coming down to an end. You've been taking up too much time. I hate to say it, because I'm more of a person for going to the hoop and getting the fouls, but with the way the game's been going, you need to knock down some shots, so I think they need to go for the 3. That's usually something I would not say, but with just how this game's been going, that's kind of been what's kept you within a 10-point range, has been knocking those timely 3s, and that time's coming to an end. So, and going to the hoop hasn't really been working too well for the Wolverines. They've been a little bit too out of control.
Yet to inbound, and they have to take another timeout. So the Wolverines playing some solid D. New Mexico State.
And you have to take on New Mexico's role and cause some turnovers to stay in this game, because they keep the ball 3 more possessions, the game's over for that 30 seconds. So have to create a few turnovers and knock down some open jump shots.
Yeah, New Mexico State. Yeah, this has really been the theme that we've been talking about. It's been the turnovers, the assist to turnover ratio, but New Mexico State has taken 62 shots tonight. The Wolverines have only taken 48. So slightly lower shooting percentage for New Mexico State, but they've made more shots.
Yeah, and even a more interesting thing is they've made 23 field goals, but they've made 11 3-point field goals.
Yep.
So almost half their shots that they've made have been from beyond the arc. And you may have caught them on a hot day.
Out of the timeout again, Weber to inbound. They get the ball into Davis. Davis has room to run. The Wolverines looking for a steal, and they commit the foul. So no bonus yet.
Got to commit a few more fouls.
It's only the 4th team foul on Utah Valley, so if they are going to play the fouling game, they need to do it very, very quickly. Spooner Knight guarding the inbound pass. They get it in. Agnew playing really tight defense and has to foul. That's 5 team fouls.
So I think that's the route. That's probably your best route for the Wolverines, is to get those fouls.
Yeah, you need as much time as possible, so you want to foul right away. And they managed to get the ball in, and could have been a travel, but the Wolverines don't end up with it. Surprised they haven't fouled yet, and they finally do. It was an interesting play because Weber was there to inbound. She couldn't find someone, and she threw the ball under Spooner Knight's legs, in between her legs.
I did see that.
So kind of a weird play. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Weber to inbound again. 1:29 on the clock, and looks like a foul committed before it was even inbounded. Deja Blanks was holding the jersey. So both teams in the bonus with 7 fouls. And Davis goes to the line with 1:29 to play.
She's a 77% free throw shooter.
Davis gets the first free throw to go. So we now have an 11-point lead for the Aggies. Deja Blanks checks out and Mawhinney checks back in. Davis will get another free throw on the way and good. 12-point lead now. Spooner Knight inbounds to Agnew. Agnew pushes up the left side. Agnew behind the back dribble goes over to the center, and Agnew's going to attack with the right hand, unable to score, but she is fouled, so Agnew will go to the line. Head coach of New Mexico State, Mark Track, thought that it was a swipe, so that it shouldn't have been a shooting foul. The officials saw otherwise. Agnew's first free throw is good, cutting the lead to 11 with 1:20 to play. Agnew's second free throw on the way, and in and out, no good this time. Rebounded by Weber. Wolverines have yet to foul. Spooner Knight playing tight defense, and she commits a foul. Weber to the free throw line again. She is 2 of 2 on the night from the charity stripe.
Typically a 58% free throw shooter, but she shot very well today.
She actually started kind of running away because I don't think she anticipated making it. She came back and she'll get one more. And she makes both of them, so 4 of 4 for her. Seals gets the inbound, 1:10 to play. Seals loses the ball but gathers it back up. Seals has it straight on, takes a screen, looking for a 3 but can't find it. Mawhinney has a look, she drives in baseline. They kick it out to Spooner Knight. Agnew has it at the 3-point line. Seals now attacking on the left side. Mawhinney has to pull the trigger. She does, and she makes it. Nothing but net for Mawhinney. So cuts the lead to 10 with 52.5 seconds. Great shot by Mawhinney, but too little too late is what it's looking like.
I think so. The Wolverines have just taken too much. They're a half-court offense team. But just like you said earlier, New Mexico State with that press has really eaten up a lot of their time to do plays, and the Wolverines just haven't been able to convert on running down shot clock opportunities. They've allowed the clock to kind of alter what they're going to do on the offensive end, and so it's kind of came to bite them in the hiney.
Couldn't agree with you more. Wolverines looking to get another stop here. Weber to inbound on the baseline. Finally gets it in, back out to Weber. Weber has it. And Carly Norris is going to have to foul. 47.1 seconds remaining.
That will be Mack at the line.
Yep, Mack will head to the free throw line. She hasn't taken a free throw today. Mawhinney checks back in for some offensive 3-point power.
Mack is a 62% free throw shooter. they've just had a really good all-around shooting performance. They're 9 for 10 from free throws. They've shot well from behind the arc.
No good on the free throw. Spooner Knight rebounds, but the ball's stolen away. And timeout for New Mexico State. So costly turnover, that might do it.
Think so.
43.6 seconds remain. Mariah Seals was unable to handle the ball, and great defensive pressure.
I think the most frustrating thing is I think the Wolverines have kind of lost the effort. Once Mariah lost that ball, they didn't really make an effort to get after it just to commit the foul. So they've fought a good fight. They just give them too much at the first half. Most of the games that we broadcast, they just give a little too much in the first half and can't make up for it in the second half. And New Mexico State, they are a great team, and they look to be a force to be reckoned with in the WAC.
Yeah, I think a nice thing, to think about if you're a Wolverine player or a Wolverine fan, the regular season, it matters, of course, but it doesn't matter as much as long as you're making progress. The Wolverines have made progress in a lot of areas, and they've had players that, maybe you didn't expect to play well come out and shine. So they have a lot of very, very talented players, and I think they can make some serious noise in the tournament once tournament time comes. So, especially when they played their last game against Texas Pan American and now against New Mexico State, who are both undefeated in the WAC right now. But the Wolverines, have struggled in the first half, but they've managed to make it interesting in the second half. So hopefully they learn from this. Davis with a little crossover. Mack swings it out to Weber. The Wolverines not fouling. They did foul right as I said that. So Weber going to the line again. Still, double bonus this time. So 2 free throws coming for Weber, who is 4 of 4 from the free throw line tonight.
Doesn't make much sense to me to be fouling now after you allow 10 or 12 seconds to run off the clock. And she shot the free throws. She's not typically a very good free throw shooter, but she is 5 for 5 today.
She is absolutely feeling it. 56-67, 33.8 seconds. Weber makes it again. Weber now with 24 points. Seals pushes the ball up, out to Agnew. Agnew tries getting it into Norris, but a turnover in the meantime. No, it's not a turnover. It looks like it was a reach-in foul. Or the ball was knocked out of bounds. I'm not entirely sure.
I think it might have been a kick.
Okay. Mawhinney looking to inbound, gets it to Agnew. 25 on the clock. Agnew's attacking, goes up with the left, and she is blocked.
And they call a foul.
Oh, they did call a foul. I didn't hear the whistle, but a foul in the process. So Agnew gets a pair of free throws with 21 seconds. And this is, kind of similar to the last game because New Mexico State, 0 of their last 5, 1 of their last 7 from the field, but Utah Valley unable to really chip away at that deficit. Agnew makes both free throws. 58-68, now back to a 10-point lead, but only 20 seconds on the clock. Weber to inbound again. She gets it into Davis. Davis finds number 21, William. They get it up to Mack, and it looks like they are going to run the clock out. Now Weber has it towards the midcourt line. Dribbles to the right wing. 5 seconds on the clock. Deja Blanks comes over, and they call a jump ball. Very interesting. Thought the clock was just going to run out, but Deja runs over and grabs the ball.
I'm not going to lie, I kind of like that, though. Just shows that she didn't want to lose.
And then the clock just runs out. No one really handled the ball. Utah Valley falls at home against New Mexico State. New Mexico State now moves to 5-0 in WAC play. Final 68-58.
Great game for the New Mexico State Aggies. Let me just say something, Kyle, real quick. It just goes to show how different teams can be at the start of the year. This New Mexico State team played Boise and lost 45-70. That same Boise State team the Wolverines played, and we defeated here at the PE building. So it just goes to show how good this Wolverine team can be and how much this New Mexico team has improved.
Yeah,
And so it's an intense game.
The Wolverines with a solid effort. Story of the game was just unable to really capitalize on their offensive possessions in their half-court offense. You know, they're not a bad offensive team by any means. They have a lot of players that can score, but it just really seemed that New Mexico State put them in a chokehold from the beginning with that full-court press. And I think that's a very, very smart thing to do on a half-court offense. Because, honestly, I hadn't even really thought of this before, but when the Wolverines finally get the ball up to the point where they can set up a play, 10 seconds have already come off the shot clock, when they're used to having a full 30-second shot clock. So I think that was really a main cause of their offensive troubles today.
Because it shows two kind of variables that you need to have as an offense. You have to break the press first, and then you have to set up, and it's just a rough thing to do.
We're going to get a quick interview with Coach Nixon. Excuse me. Coach, thank you for joining us real quick. Just kind of talk about your team's performance and your feelings on the Pink game.
Well, in terms of our performance, you know, it's encouraging, I think, that I think we played well, but, you know, also very frustrating because we would get within striking distance. It happened over and over. We'd dig ourselves out of a hole, close it to 4, close it to 5. We'd turn it over or do something, a lapse. You know, that with a team like that can shoot the ball from the three-point line like they do, you just can't have lapses. And it seems like any time that we gave them an opening, they hit a 3. But, you know, hopefully our young team is learning that if we execute things well on the offensive end and are able to carry out the defensive plan, then good things happen to us. You know, New Mexico State's a good team. They've won, I think, 11 out of their last 12, something like that, 9 in a row. But it is disappointing. I felt like it was a game that we could have been a little bit more competitive if we would have capitalized on the momentum when we got it those times, you know, throughout the game.
Hey, Coach, one more question real quick. So correct me if I'm wrong, but something that we kind of observed is New Mexico State, they were full court pressing you really the entire game, and it seems like you guys are more of a half-court type of offense. It seemed like you weren't even able to just try and set up a play until about the 22nd on the shot clock mark. So what do you think something that maybe you guys can do about that if you get pressed like that all game?
Yeah, you know, it's their style. Their strength defensively is in the full court. They force the most turnovers of anybody in the WAC. I believe they forced 20 a game. So I was relatively pleased with how we took care of the ball. Obviously, kind of some untimely ones in terms of when we had the momentum and we'd turn it over. But, you know, I felt like we were able to get relatively good shots. I didn't feel like they disrupted us too much. Honestly, I felt like the lapses were more on the defensive end where we just lost some shooters, and they seemed to hit them all tonight. So learn lessons, and hopefully we'll be able to go on the road and get a couple wins next week.
All right, great. Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Take care.
Yep.
That was head coach, Coach Nixon, talking about her team's performance. You know, I like her positive outlook, and especially, you know, only 14 turnovers for Utah Valley, which is a couple under their average. They did a very good job in the second half taking care of the basketball. So, and this is against New Mexico, who they force, 22 a game from their opponents. So I think that's an outstanding job by Utah Valley, especially in the second half. And, you know, Coach said learn from those mistakes and try and get some wins on the road. I'd love to see them get some wins on the road. They've yet to win on the road. It's really tough. I was talking with Mariah Seals. I did an interview with her, and there's going to be a profile piece that I wrote for the UV Review coming out on Monday on her. So go ahead and get a copy of that if you'd like. And Mariah was telling me that on most of their road games, they end up having a lead at some point. But then she says that they get, what's the word I'm looking for?
Docile?
Yeah, they get like comfortable basically, or they, I don't think the word comfortable was used, but she said that they just, you know, they just kind of let up. And she said that we need to learn how to keep our foot on the throats of our opponents when it's there and not let up. So, you know, that's definitely something they need to do on the road, and hopefully they can come away with a road win. Because if you go into the tournament winless on the road, then that's going to be so hard to come away with wins in that tournament.
And Wolverines, they've had some great things that they showed there. We pointed out that New Mexico State shot the ball a ton more throughout the game, and the Wolverines came out and played great from their bench. They had 22 points from their bench. They had 12 assists, which is an assist above their average. So the Wolverines did do some things right, but the thing that I want to emphasize is it's conference games, and so you get to play them again.
Yeah.
And so you get to focus on the things that you struggled with maybe this game, and then you can focus, and then you can go and get back this game down there in New Mexico. So the Wolverines, I guarantee, will look forward to that next matchup with them.
So Utah Valley, again, your final is 68-58. New Mexico State came away with a road victory tonight here at the UCCU Center. Mariah Seals led the way for Utah Valley with 13 points. Rebecca Mawhinney chipped in 12, and Carly Norris had 10 points and 8 rebounds, but it was too much outside shooting for Weber and really the rest of the team, to be honest. Weber went 6 of 14 from 3, finished with 24 points. Davis with 15 points. Freeman with 12 and 13 rebounds. So just a little bit too much outside shooting from New Mexico State. And Utah Valley, in their next matchup, they will be heading out on the road against Chicago State on the 29th of January. That game will be at 6:05 p.m. And they will play again on the road. So they got a... Let's see. You know what? It looks like, yeah, so they've got a 2-game road trip, Chicago State and Kansas City, and then they'll be back home February 5th here at the UCCU Center at 7 o'clock against Bakersfield. So that should be an exciting matchup. And that's going to do it for us. Any final thoughts, Josh?
That'll be it.
All right, thank you for tuning in to WolverineGreen.com, and you have a wonderful weekend.